Say tonight, man, feeling blessed, though. Say tonight, me and my guys gonna jam, do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, fams. Welcome to another exciting episode of my podcast. In my opinion podcast. In my motherfucking opinion podcast. And this episode, we'll be talking about generators. I actually planned on talking about this. Then something related to generator happened to me. What I wanted to talk about was like the impact of generators in our environment and if it makes sense or not. If the vibe, like if owning generator constantly is really making sense or it's not. But like I don't just know how to put this because like a generator scenario happened to me. Okay, let me run through the story first, then before I dive into the main topic. So I barely go out, like honestly I barely leave my room or probably the sitting room. It's like this blessed day, that was like yesterday or so. I just went outside and I looked down from our balcony to the generator where we put generator. That's the generator house. And I was looking at the gen. There used to be like 4 gens there, and I was like, "Yo, where is our gen?" I ran inside to my friend. We went downstairs. We were looking for the gen, and it was very funny because, like, imagine me. I wrote it down like the 3rd episode. I'm going to talk about generator, and now our gen has been carried away by the real owners. The owners of the gen, they came to carry that thing. It's a disappointment though, but like every disappointment is a blessing. Like that's the way I view things. It's just left to us the way we react to those things. Because if you are haunted by an external force, it's left to you. So like the gen was carried away and there's really nothing to do about that. But like I'm just trying to make you understand, like I planned to talk about this and a blessing happened in disguise. Because I'm not going to call it disappointment because I don't want any disappointing energy this year. Well, this month has been more than enough already, from the police bullshit to generator being missing. Like this month is taking away money, it's taking away valuables, it's taking away good things. I don't know why. And it says a month of love. What kind of love is this? Yo, bro. But that's aside. So now in this episode we'll be talking about generators. Yeah, generators. Honestly, like if you're living in Nigeria, I'm not sure you have any option like than to own generators. But sometimes you know the way we do things in Nigeria. Sometimes like we do things I don't know how to put it in a so Nigerian way, like that we affect ourselves, our environment, and we don't know, like we are blind to the disadvantages of the things that we use. I think that's the best way I can put it. So now we all know generator smoke is really bad for the environment, unlike marijuana. So now generator smoke is really bad for the environment, for our kids, for even because like this environment, we're not going to be here forever, and the environment we are managing right now, so we are alive in it, is not even safe for us. Now talk less of the kids we are going to bring into the world. So you can tell that the kids are not going to have a very safe environment based on the chemicals and germs that we have blindly accepted into our environment. Imagine the government chasing marijuana smokers that are not causing harm to the environment, and you are allowing smoke from exhaust of the cars in Nigerian road. There would barely be a day without a smoky car being on the road. Like not just a smoky car, a very smoky car. The car smoke can be fuming for like 2 hours and the car will still be on the road. The highest that will happen to the car is that it will get stopped by one of all these government people and stuff like that, and they will pay for under bribe and the car will continue on its journey. If you meet another one again, he'll pay for under bribe. That's damaging our environment. It's damaging the air that we breathe, and you're giving blind eyes to that, whereas we could have curbed that and reduced the bullshit caused by smokes. So now back to the generator topic. I've stayed in houses where when I was staying with my guys, like me and my guys, we rented an apartment, and that was at the Kotum. Some of us were upstairs and some were downstairs. So like the way we were even owning gen there, we were owning gen a lot then. That was frustrated about like, yo, why we on it gen too much like this? Because first of all, I'm not comfortable about the sound. I like to be creative sometimes, so because I love working with sounds and beats also, like, but like too much sound, especially generator sound that is not rhythmic, it's not melodic, it causes distraction and it gets me out of my comfort zone. So like I naturally don't like generators sound regardless the way I want to use it. And since when we have moved, like since when I've been in this new place, our style of owning gen has been like, if you don't need it, we don't own it. So most times when there's no light overnight, we have to own it overnight, because of heat and all this stuff. No one wants to sleep in heat. But like I think me and my housemate here, we limit the way we own gen, and we have our reasons. So sometimes the gen will be there for like 5 days or 6 days without us owning it, because like we don't need it. If my battery is low, I rather use the UPS, and if my phone battery is low, I rather use the power bank. So like just to prevent noise at least. Although the UPS is noisy to a limit too, well, the noise will not last as long as the generator. Even though the UPS power will not serve the best, but at least it will charge my PC for me to be able to use it at least. So it's not that bad. And again, I believe in improvising, like finding better ways to do things. If you are improvising, like I love to improvise economically, find a better and cheaper way. Although we have neighbors, the neighbors we had at the cotton was crazy. This one, they own their gen 247, but this one even kind of better, because whenever they bring the light, they will go downstairs to off their gen. But now my neighbors, they don't even give a fuck. They own their gen 247. Even if the light is on, they don't off their gen. I don't know what kind of vibe is that. But like, this thing is noisy as fuck. I know they have this indicator also in their flats, because we have it in our flat, and so I trust they will have it in their flat also. So there's an indicator that shows when these NEPA people, when they brought the light. So I felt like, guys, except say you want the, like, I don't even just know, I don't want to judge anybody, so like I don't know the reason why they're doing that. So that's the generator issue of this country. Like, I feel if you have the finances, get an alternative for generator. There's solar power these days, there's inverter, there are better technologies that will reduce the harm caused to the environment by ourselves, and to serve your purpose. Imagine you have a solar panel. The only thing you have to do is just to maintain it, just the maintenance. Forever and forever, it will serve you. And if you want to spend on it, you need to spend on it once and for all. The only thing that can just cost you again is the maintenance, only, as I said. So I just think people don't think towards that direction, because like if you are thinking towards that direction, then it's no big deal, because I cannot just have the funds, like the finances I need to get or pursue a solar panel or inverter just to get myself what I want. Like if the generator is like, now I feel generator are for like low class people, because I'm still in that category though. So like we are still in that category. So being in that category, you can only flex your muscle in different ways. That is, one, probably plan for a better option, or just go for the better option straight up. That's if you have the funds. Plan for a better option, or just limit your generator usage, because I'm very sure you, like, what are you doing with the light that you have to do 247, except you're watching TV 247. If you're watching TV 247, like, you can get a very big inverter that will serve the same purpose, because if you are spending a lot on generator. First of all, owning generator requires you spending a lot. You cannot, in a day, if you want to own generator like 247, you still be spending almost 4,000 for fuel. After spending 4,000 for fuel, imagine that calculation for a month. I like being economical, so I'm going to calculate that. So 4,000 times 30, 4,000 times 30 days, that's 120,000 naira. So imagine you just like saving up your 240, that's like 2 months. Not really saving up. If you limit it, at least be able to, probably if you limit the spending on the gen, it's like 2,000 naira per day, just to meet your purpose. That's what I'm just trying to say. Because firstly, the noise, I don't know how you're creative with hearing noise. Like, when we first got here, the neighbors, they owned the gen to the extent that they were owning it almost 23 hours out of the 24 hours, because I don't want to be so extreme saying 24 hours, but 23 hours is kind of extreme too, but like 20 hours plus, these guys are owning the gen. And looking at someone owning the gen at that high rate, I've stayed with a lot of people that are gen freaks, but these ones are kind of different because whenever they hunt the gen, if NEPA brings the light or take the light, they don't give a fuck. They just leave the gen down and the gen keeps grinding when they brought back the lights. Except they're trying to prove another point there. Well, no judgment still. It's just so crazy. So now the whole talk about generator is just to educate ourselves, to know there are a lot of options than generator. Generator is not good for our health. If you stay around generator, like if you stay very close to generator and you go to a quiet place, you know there's a big difference. The noise is discomforting as fuck. So like, and again, I don't like disturbing people. Like I don't like doing things to inconvenience other people. And if you owning the journey again, it's inconveniencing other people, especially when the lights are on. So I know most Nigerians, because all of us are kind of economical, so I'm not so it's not about me being economical alone. So like most of us, with the raising our raps. So if all of us stay on top of that level, say with the raising our raps, I will say the best option for us now just get these alternatives. If you don't get alternatives like inverter, solar, first off, we go reduce income for these our leaders. See, we buy fuel every day. We are still funding these leaders forever and forever. But if we do things in a systematic or logical way, I don't know how to put it though, but like, we would bypass we funding these leaders and would give ourselves electrical security. At least we'll be able to have light at our own will. Now, if they tell you the petrol price has gone up tomorrow, that's no more your will. That's their will. It has even been their will right from time. Because assuming, how can it even be our will? They are the one controlling the supply of the petrol, so everything is within their control. But we cannot remain this way. The vibe of generator is really poor. Although we are in pursuit of getting another gen, and that's because we don't have the funds to get solar energy or inverter. But like, if you have the funds, we motivate ourselves with the way we live our life. If we catch the vibe, like you go to your friend's house now, they are using solar, you go to another friend's house, they are using solar, you want to live to that expectation also, like use that dope stuff. This is 2022. It seems Nigeria is just drawing back, because I've seen a lot of estates in the US, although online, I've seen them having solar panels throughout the whole estate, like throughout the whole estate, like your whole roof is going with solar panel. So if you have any breakdown of any power, you can just switch to your solar energy, and the sun shines every time. Kanye West was saying this in Joe Rogan's Experience. But like, if he becomes the president, he will make sure solar energy is compulsory. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be compulsory, because if you imagine the fumes everywhere in the air, the number of generators in this Lagos that are getting on at once, the number of generators where they do on at once for this Lagos be like, it pass the population. Because some people get shocked, like they own one gen for front, they go on another gen for back, they go still on gen for house. That's like 4 gens safe. They go on gen for house, they go on gen for office, they go on gen for shop, like everywhere, just for one person. So now imagine the population and other people who are also living that kind of life. Bro, that means gen don't pass people with this state. So like, all this vibe be this sack for my own eye, guy. Like, my opinion on gen too much when you can afford the alternative is to sacrifice ticket. Just be like, say, may you decide, say, I want the inside rat race, I want to follow them drag generator world. When you can upgrade your level, if you upgrade your level, another person will look up to you, upgrade his level, and that's how we influence ourselves generally. Man, just say preaching to the much for Nigeria. Because I've said this to many niggas, like I've discussed with some niggas and we've talked about this. Like, I don't know the way people want to pursue that stuff, but even if you cannot even afford the highest setup that would get you your desired result of this power of a thing, but at least you can improvise to a limit. Probably get the smaller size. With time, it go grow. With you even using the smaller size, you'll be able to understand the concept of you to understand that solar energy is by far economical to generator. If you want to buy a generator now, you buy a generator above 100k. So like, that's going to be a small gen safe. Like, if you want to get a big gen, that would be above 150 or so. So like, if if you are buying a Gen 150 and what you are spending on the Gen every month is, as we calculated, 120, in a year you spent more than $1 million already on it Gen. I know they say like you go stay on the Gen for all the movements you need to, like the Gen will go still serve you even after spending that lot. To serve you to a limit, as the Gen will spoil, you go repair them, because these are neighbors. From the way they run their things, I've learned a lot of things. Like I think a Gen cannot serve more than 12 hours per day. That's our highest, like that's our highest range.